Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, welcome if you are new. Today we are going to be doing my March TBR featuring Marvelathon and potentially Realmathon. I'm still undecided as to whether I'm taking part in Realmathon. If I do, it's probably going to be Team Shadow, I think. So I need to be looking for building on the cover, question mark, dark books, or like a black cover predominantly, I think, and then there was something else. Or was it object on the cover? One of them, I can't remember. I'll find the prompts and I'll determine whether or not I can fit them. But I think my vibe's Team Shadow, so I've not signed up yet. I need to do that. Anyway, we're gonna go through my MBR for March. As we know, I changed it to MBR because TBRs don't fully work for me. I need some kind of parameters to work with, but on the whole I'm kind of like a part mood reader, part TBR kind of gal, and I mood read within set books, if that makes sense. However, there are a few books that I need to read that I haven't got around to this month, and don't at me for any of these, because the mental health was in the abyss this month, in a fiery pit of hell yet again. So I did what I did, and I did what I could, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I need to read Tower of Dawn before the live show. This is an SJM book. I think it's Chels' book, you think, and it was supposed to be a novella. It turns out that it wasn't a novella, it was a novel, but that's by the by. The Sarah J Maas is always a quick read for me, always. So I could just knock this out in an evening, but because I had some other priority reads, including finishing a physical read for a tour that I'm doing this week, I couldn't do this month. But I will be doing it at the beginning of March. There we go. Unless I finish filming this tonight, do the live show for Rio TV, and then just smash that out, because it could happen. It could happen. I also need to finish I'm so sorry, Carl. I said I was going to read it in February. I say finish, I need to start and finish. This is another physical read, and again, if you've seen any of my vlogs this month, I kept saying I'm going to prioritise physical read this month, prioritise physical read this week, and then I didn't. But again, physical reading wasn't my friend because my mental health wasn't my friend. I also need to finish Curse of the Fall, and we're not going to go there. But then two that I did want to read but didn't get around to was Colour Vengeance. This is one I have to read anyway, and it is for It's All About Fantasy Book Club. This is by Rob J. Hayes, and it's his first series on the first book, and conversation that we had on the live show was amazing. I will leave the conversation above. We had our first ever guest on, and he was called Mahia, and he adores this series and Rob J. Hayes writing in general. So it was great to have another perspective other than me and Chels just rambling on at each other, because we do have good discussions, don't get me wrong, but having that additional perspective from somebody who knows Rob as a person and as a writer and as been around for a while with these books, the perspective was great. So if you would like to read, watch, see that, I will leave it linked. But this will be over on my channel at some point in March, this review. So this will be getting ready at the beginning of March, and this is only a teeny weeny book, and I do have the audio. I got all three. You can get all three audios for this trilogy on Audible for a credit, or you could when I got it. He does a couple of these for his series, so if you're interested, snap them up. Another physical read was Daughter of the Beast by E.C. Greaves. This is a Spiffbo 9 book. I'm not going to get through all the Spiffbo 9 books before the end of Spiffbo 9, which is quite gutting, but sometimes I feel like I set myself up to fail. I say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take part this time, and then something happens. Like, last year was just a shit show of a year for me in general, and then at the beginning of this year started off okay, and then it went really shit. I had an operation in February, took longer to recover from the operation than I thought it was going to do, and then there was a black cloud flying over my head for the majority of February, so yay for me. But moving on to bigger and better things. Well, this is bigger, but is it better? I don't know. This is probably going to make me cry. This behemoth weapon is the last book in the Throne of Glass series for the first part of the Mass-along, for the first series that they're doing. It's a Mass-along hosted by Torah and Smash. This will be the first time I've read this full series, and it will be a series finished for me. So it's not my first Sarah J Maas series by any means, but this is. Oh god, it's actually my final Sarah J Maas series. I've done it backwards, guys. I'm sorry. I read Akatar first, and then I read Crimson of the City, and then I came back to Throne of Glass, and I just nearly hit myself in the face. Came back to Throne of Glass, and this is the last in the series. So the other one that's continuing now is the Akatar series, because she hasn't continued writing that, or finished writing that, or done whatever needs to be done with that. I don't know what she's doing with it, but yeah, there's that. So what I do need to do as well, I do need to read Kings of the Wild, and that was Smash's pick for my 12 books 12 prompts for last month, but I can finish that. I'm gonna, oh my god, I'm gonna read over this weekend when I'm at Ed's, my friend's house. So yeah, I will finish that at the beginning of the month. So what I'm gonna do now is pick my next one, ignore the glare, and we're gonna go, who's next? Who is next? No! No! No, I'm gonna... Okay, Becca. No. I'm sorry. I totally forgot this was... Oh, shit. Hold the phone. I need to ring Becca a second. Okay, we're all good. I wanted to check with Becca because I didn't want to feel like I was cheating. I assumed that she would say yes anyway, because if you've seen Becca's TBR, bitch, it's long. So the reason I freaked out is because Becca's book, if you remember back, if you harken back to Vlogmas when this video came up, hers was Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon, and I didn't want to do that to myself, and I knew Becca had a Mahusive TBR, so like I said, I wanted to just double check that she was fine with changing it, and she was. So we're gonna spin again, and hopefully the girls will stop messaging me in the K-pop chat and I can spin again. Let's spin again. Are you joking? We're spinning again, we're spinning again, spinning again, spinning again. Oh, Jesus. Jessie Feet, thank fuck for that. Right. Oh my god. Right. We're gonna hide Jessie now. Right, okay. So. Oh. Oh god. Chaos! So, 12 books, 12 prompts. Jessie's was The Hobbit. Oh my god, I got that pretty special edition from Steph. So I can read that one. And then the prompt is a book with red or green on the cover. So, Jessie Fee, you're up. And I will message you when I've started reading The Hobbit. And I will be getting the audio for that. I know it's not Andy Serkis for The Hobbit. It's some... I don't think it is. I think it's just The Lord of the Rings. But I will be getting the audio because it's classic fantasy, so definitely. So next is my indie priority reads. So Daughter of the Beast was on my priority reads. Let me just pull up a number generator. So my priority reads was Daughter of the Beast, so that will be getting read at the beginning of March. However, we do have 16 left, but I will still be putting 1 to 18 because they are all numbered. So if we get 4 or 13, it means that I will have to spin again. Well, not spin again, like generate it again. But unfortunately, I'm not doing great at this. Both Renia and Daughter of the Beast were priority reads, and I still haven't read them yet. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's move on. Let's move on to... Whoa. Did we do that? Did we do that? Yeah, 10. 10. Let's have a look at what number 10 is. Number 10 is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I'm scared, because I do remember that Becca read this book. Becca does love a smutty book, and she read this, and I think she DNF'd it because it made her cringe. I think. And it gave her, like, I'm sure it gave her the ick for some reason, and I need to find out why. I know mine and Becca's tastes do differ slightly on certain things. I'm not saying just because Becca doesn't like it, I won't like it, but I have seen varying opinions on this book. Some people love it, some people are just like absolutely not, and they're noped out. So at the time when I got it and I put it on my wish list, I was like so excited for it, and now I'm just a bit undecided. So I'm not gonna say that like I'm not going to enjoy it or whatever, but it does make me a little bit worried when it comes to certain things. Me and Becca do have similar tastes, and the fact that she noped out of this kind of does make me a little bit nervous. But it's fine, because I might like it. I might really enjoy it. So we're going to go in with a positive mindset, and I think I might get that on audio. I do have quite a few credits left from Audible, so we shall see. And then we're not going to go to my pre-orders, because you don't need to know how much money I spent on pre-orders. Who needs to know that? Nobody does. So we're going to go on to series to catch up on. Again, Hellbent was on this. I do have the audio for Hellbent, but again, I didn't read it. So that's going to go back in the pot. That's not going to get carried over. And the reason I'm not carrying this over is because I don't want to. No, seriously, a serious note, is because I'm carrying over some physical reads, and I don't want to just keep doing the thing where I carry over loads of books and then end up with like a 30 book TBR. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to switch this back to 24, and we are going to, please, right, okay, so out of these, I don't want Illborn Saga, like that second book, because that is also a physical read and it's like 900 pages, something daft. Fortuna Sworn will be fine, I can get that in audio. Bound and the Broken, I want to read that anyway, and yes, it's a massive book, but I can get it on audio, it's fine. The World of Lunaria series is fine. To be fair, if I got Throne of Glass, I'm reading book 7 anyway, so we'll see. So we'll generate, and number 4. What is number 4? Discovery of Witches. That's fine, because I was considering like unhauling that series, because okay, so book Matthew is not my vibe. Series Matthew, totally 100% my vibe, but for some reason in book 1, and I think that as far as I've been told, it is just book 1, book Matthew is, I know that there's like touch of an I'll kill you vibe, but the way that he sort of like falls like into that mindset so quickly, and he's not just a touch of an I'll kill you kind of guy, he's just like also really protective of her and like gets angry at her for doing things like when she was being independent. I don't like it. It was just not, it really lowered my rating from like what I thought was going to be a 5-star. I think I rated it a 3.5, which isn't an awful rating by any means, but like reality versus expectations, it was that kind of thing. But I've been told that book 2 Matthew gets better, so I'm hoping that book 2 Matthew does. If he doesn't, the series will be a DNF. So it will still be off my list, just not in the way that you want a series to be off your list. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Is that everything? Is that two? Is it 2 randoms and a spinny wheel? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Let me have a double check. Yeah. They are going to be my spins for the month. However, there is also another book that I need to read, and that is Empire of the Damned. I don't have the physical copy. It's on its way from Illumicrate. I did decide to be a good girl and not get the Waterstones edition because I don't have the space. So I'm going to stick with the Illumicrate edition, and then if he does under the leather-bound one, I will get the leather-bound version as well. So we're just gonna go with that. But I love Empire of the Vampire. Reread it last month, gave it 5 stars. Spoiler, it's just, in my eyes, it's great. So yes, I'm looking forward to Empire of the Damned. Exciting. But that works out well because I do have some physical reads to get to, but I also have a lot of novellas to get to, and I say a lot, I technically only need to read 2 of the allotment that we've got, but a couple of people in my group have DNF'd some of the books, therefore I don't think we give them a score if they're DNF'd, but I'm going to be trying to read those books that they've DNF'd to give it a shot and see if our team, or at least one of our team, can give it a rating, so that it's not like massively different. So we're going to try and do that. So yeah, I do, however, I did say that I would be telling you what my Marvelathon TBR would be. So if you know, then this is going to be redundant information. But if you don't know, I host Marvelathon every year. This is the 3rd year that we're running it, and it's just been the best time. Or is it the 4th year? I can't remember at this rate because the noggin is broken. So yeah, anyway, I run it every year and I usually take part. So the first and second year I was Black Widow, and this year I've decided that as the host I'm not going to take part in the team competitiveness side of it. I could just sit back, chill while they duke it out, and I am Director Fury and I will be overseeing things to make sure that they play fair. Absolutely not, they can do what they want. But because of that, the way that I'm doing my Marvelathon TBR is slightly different. So I do need to find 2 books that have disability rep, because for me, I will be doing, if I could fit the Director Fury prompt is a book with disability rep, because obviously he's blind in one eye. I don't know why I did that then, like you don't know what blind means, but anyway, because he's blind in one eye, the prompt is disability rep. But I don't want to favour one team over the other, so I'm going to have 2 books that have disability rep. So one of those books is going to go towards Team Villains, and one is going to go towards Team Heroes. And that's what we're going to do. So I will be doing that, and that's 150 points. So that's going to be like that straight off the bat with the teams. And if any of those books also have additional points, then I will add those additional points on, and then they will go to each team, depending on what book goes for what, if that makes any sense. But what I'm going to do as well is I do have a spinny wheel. And at some point I will go through all the prompts. So I will be reading 8 additional books. Well, not necessarily additional, because if any of these fit the prompts, then these will go for that prompt, if that makes sense. So the same rules apply to me in this part as it does with everybody else. You can pick the prompts as many times as you want, but there's only three general prompts per book, and you can pick as many of the bonus prompts as possible as you want per book. If all three of the reps are in one book, then crack on. And any series or film I watch, I will alternate between who the points go to. So it's only fair if I watch 2 episodes, 10 points will go one way, 10 points will go the other way. If I want to watch a Marvel film, I'll make sure I watch 2 films so that they can be split evenly. Because, again, fairness. But we're going to start it off by doing a spinny wheel. And we're going to decide which book and which team I'll be starting with. Fun times. So, we are gonna do spinny wheel. Let's see. What are we starting with? You can't see that. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. So, Doctor Strange prompt. I need to pull it up because is it someone who's car crash? Something about a crash. So read a book where the MC's life gets pushed off track or altered. I think I will be able to fill this. I'm going to use this. The back of the book says, when a sleepy village is raided by the Volcari, the fearsome warrior women of ancient wilds. Only Zentail Fairwinter is taken. Claimed as a daughter by the infamous matriarch, Zentail is trained to hunt, to fight, and to kill. So, she gets taken from the sleepy town, and her life gets turned around, and she's trained to hunt, fight, and kill. So, this means that I can also knock one out of my... Stop. This means I can knock one off of my TBR for my priority reads, for my indie TBR, and it also means that I can fulfill a prompt for Marvelathon. So this will get me 100 points if I finish it, and I will see what other prompts it can fill. The team prompts, there are also read a book with a colour on the cover. So if you are on Team Heroes, it's with blue, red, yellow, or the other colour. So if you're on Team Heroes, it's like blue, red. Oh, red! Red. That's fine. It can go for red, to have colour on the cover. And it can go to have another prompt. And I don't know if it fits any of the rep prompts, because I don't know what race or sexuality these people are supposed to be. And I don't know what mythology this is based on. I should really. Vishivika. It sounds Russian. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being like... But yeah. Anyway. It is. That's what I'm going to do for this. And then as I go, I will then alternate between a villain prompt. I'll pick a villain prompt and a book to fit that prompt. And that prompt will then also need to fit their team colour. Does that make sense? Makes sense in my brain. Don't know if it makes sense to you. But it is what it is. I'm who I am. There we go. And then for Realmathon, I think I'm probably going to stick with Team Shadows, because this book has black on it. It does have a building on it, and I'm sure there's building on the cover for Team Shadow. This has black on the cover and also has buildings. What should be objects now, but they also have objects on because it has a shield on. So we're gonna go with it. And then also, can I get away with this? Probably not, actually. I can't get away with it for this one. This does have black on the cover. Parts of her armour are black, and there's black writing, but I don't know if I can. I'm sure I think there's a rule that it needs to be 50% or more for colour. But that definitely does have 50% or more black. But it doesn't have any buildings on the cover. So, yeah. I'm going to stick with Team Shadows. That's the vibe we're going for, guys. That's the vibe we're going for. So I need to sign up now. Anyway, gracias mis amigos for watching my video. And I think this is everything I needed to say. If it's not, Editing Lisa will put another clip in or do something to update you on something that Filming Lisa's missed, because 99% of the time I do miss some things out. But it's really strange that I'm not doing any sort of read-alongs other than podcast book. Do you know what? I missed the podcast book, which I think has a lot of black on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Also has a lot of white on it, but it's here. It's The Restless Dark by author I cannot remember. I want to say Erica Water, but I may be wrong. I know that this is available on Scribd. We don't use the E word. And I think this was one that Becca read and really enjoyed. And I'm pointing to it like it's here in my hand, but it's not. It's on the screen. It's kind of like, I think it's like a quiet horror. And I know you think of me as a fantasy girly, but quiet horror seems to be, based on the 2 books I've read so far, seems to be a vibe that I can work with. Not body horror, gore, all that kind of shit, but psychological, quiet horror, where you've got to use your brain, which I very rarely use. I'm kind of vibe with it. So, if you do have any quiet horror, psychological, brainy recommendations, then please leave them down below, so I can convince Jem to read them with me. Anyway, that's by the by. I told you I'd forget something, and I did, but Filming Lisa remembered. So Restless Dark is the podcast book. Other than that, I think that is everything. If it's not, again, Editing Lisa will sort it out. But thank you very much for joining me. No, I forgot my outro. If you like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're here and you want me to know you're here but you don't have anything to say, please do black heart, very much appreciated. I can't only do it half a heart because I've got the books in me in the hand. But until next time, enjoy whatever region I'm watching or doing, and I'll see you all.
I left my phone at my brother's place. It's not my fault, don't walk away.